Non-binary people of Reddit, what is your preferred number system? Base 0. There are no numbers, every unit is null. It may not be useful, but damn is the math easy. What about 00? Underscore hug for cake day smile. I'm pretty irrational. But, I measure things in radians. We go big on March 14th. Cherry is my favorite buy. :0. Hehe, I see what you did there. Hexadecimal BTW. Noise, any reason why? Not that anyone needs an explanation, you are what you are smile. Nibbles are solid. I attribute value to things through a complex system of value I call the mac and cheese metric. It ascribes value to any item or quantity of items based on the amount of mac and cheese it can afford me. I once built a car out of mac and cheese after a bet with my sister for $100. You should have seen the look on her face as I drove past her. No, I'm not sorry. If you can standardize that across different countries, you'll have a competitor to the Big Mac Index, which some economists actually use. Personally, I prefer base E, it's only natural. That would just be irrational. It does make counting integer numbers of things, for example apples, where you have more than 2 of them, tricky. Not only is calculating the decimal part hard, but expressing the value using only 2.718 distinct digits is weird. You're probably in danger of summoning the great old ones if you just tried to write down how many fingers you have. Auto, you can always go with 0, 1, 2, lots. That's probably sufficient for most purposes. If you have lots of fingers, that's enough fingers to be getting on with. Base 12, you can do half, 1/3, 1/4 and 1/6 without repeating decimals. I quite like base 60 for the same reason. There's a reason the infamous French revolutionaries, for all their head-chopping fervor, could never make time decimal rather than sexagesimal despite the strong uptake of the other metric units. I mean, as a programmer, my time system is the Unix epoch, but that's another argument for another day. This was so handy in construction. Pitch angles were measured opposite over adjacent, with adjacent always being 12. Then for every foot of span, the drop would just be that number in inches. And since 12 sqrt2 is close enough to 17 in the field, hip cuts would be that number over 17. All of it could be done with a framing square. Also could use Pythagoras theorem if the pitch was 5/12, 13, or 9/12, 15. Base 60. Works like clockwork. Lol. Is this the time for puns? Base 13. Because 6 times 9 equals 42. Ah, a fellow Hitchhiker's Guide to the Galaxy fan. Hey, that means that the universe operates in base 13, so that means there's nothing fundamentally wrong with the universe, just that people count wrong. Octal, of course. Was looking for this. It's canon that 789. Nah, sexadecimal works better. There are 10 types of people. Those who understand binary and those who don't, and those who don't realize this is a trinary joke. 10 types of people. Those who understand hex, and F the rest. Seeing a post like this of nothing but positive energy from Op in the replies is such a needed breath of fresh air. Positive numbers. Generally it just depends on the tone of the post. As a non-binary person, we typically be offended when the op's joke is demeaning and antagonistic. If you guys say you can be non-binary, then I can identify as an attack helicopter, right? But this is just a harmless joke with wordplay, so it's not the kind of thing that would be controversial. Subscribe for more hot Reddit takes in your inbox, guaranteed.